It's season 7 of the 15-ish minute coffee chat with Anna and Selena. Selena is the owner of Howley Socially Inspired. She's our Hawaiian rock star who loves all things tech and says coffee is her love language. Anna owns Nomad About. She's the adventure-seeking copywriter who loves a good road trip and has a passion for supporting military spouses and entrepreneurs. Join Anna and Selena weekly to listen in on hot topics that will build your brand, keep you current with best practices, and help you grow as a business owner or entrepreneur.
Hey guys, how do you measure your impact on LinkedIn? Guest Danielle Cobo, elite career coach, joined us to chat about the LinkedIn Social Selling Index. What is it? How can you use it? And why is it important to small business owners and entrepreneurs? We'll be talking about personal branding, finding and engaging the right people, and building relationships during today's 15-ish minute coffee chat.
Yay, we're so excited for today. I met Danielle on LinkedIn and she had made a post about this topic.
Yeah.
And it intrigued me and it made me have to come in and be like, what is this? Who are you? You know, and then what do you know? She's a military spouse. And what do you know? She's this amazing woman. And now I'm super excited to have her on our show today.
I am too. And she was so fun. She joined us in the backstage for a bit and we just did all the things like, hi, John. Is this the first time you've seen the intro video? Really? I mean, this is like, hi, Becky. Thanks for joining us. So, okay, Anna, tell everybody what our call to action question is for today, because we want to know.
Yeah. So for anyone tuning in right now, we really want to know, how do you measure your impact on LinkedIn currently? Do you even care? Do you think about it? Like, what's your purpose for being on LinkedIn? And how are you judging your success as far as, are you trying to sell? Are you trying to connect? Is it networking? Is it job seeking? LinkedIn has a lot of different functions. So pop in the comments for us, what you are doing to measure the impact you're trying to make on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I have to say real quickly that it's funny. I never used LinkedIn until when did we really start using LinkedIn? A year ago, using it for its full power. And it's my favorite platform. I'm on all of them, but LinkedIn, I feel gives me the most back. And I think it's important today to be and what does that do for you, Selena? And so we have a perfect guest to kind of talk to us about it, right? So
yeah, I had a chance to talk to Danielle a little bit in the background. And what I'm kind of excited about is that what she said is this is going to help guide you on how you can even improve what your efforts are on LinkedIn. So I'm like, awesome. I can't wait to find out more, because despite having read her post, I really don't quite get it. So I'm very selfishly said, let's do a live stream on this where we can bring her on and then she'll explain all the things to me.
I mean, how lucky are we that we actually get to live talk? You know what I mean? Becky, I am telling you, it is the best way to network on there. And I cannot speak more volumes about it. I mean, for instance, we just met Danielle. I mean, I don't think we would have ever connected with Danielle had it not been for LinkedIn. She doesn't know us. We don't even run in any circles near each other, but now we are on each other's radar. So that is the power of LinkedIn. And that's what I love. And anyway, okay, well, let's bring up Danielle's bio. So
yeah, let's tell everybody a little bit about her.
Look how gorgeous she is.
I know. So I'm going to just tell you, Danielle's story is pretty darn intense. So it begins with being kidnapped by her mother, who had a bipolar disorder. She met her father at 15 years of age and then lost her mother to suicide. So she lived with her clothes stored in trash bags. And then started out that way, but ultimately went on to lead a team for a Fortune 500 company and accomplished amazing goals with them. Yeah. She's a corporate trainer, a published author, host of Dream Job with Danielle Cobo, which is a podcast. She's been on Fox News, ABC World News, and Morning Blend. She's had 15 years in medical sales, earned 4 back-to-back President's Circles as an individual contributor, and led the historically poorest performing sales team to become #1 in the nation within 2 years. Okay.
No biggie.
Says, no big deal. Easy. Yeah. She has taught thousands how to discover their vision, recognize their power within, and create an abundant life by turning their biggest challenges into their greatest strength. And then she's also a devoted military spouse and a mother to 4-year-old twin boys.
Twins. Oh my gosh. I'm just like this because I barely did it with one. And so Bless you, Danielle, for doing a double time. You know what I mean?
Yes. So I'm going to bring Danielle in so we can say hi. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
We're so excited to have you on today, Danielle. Welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Danielle.
you for having me. It's such an honor to be on your show and to share some coffee with you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, wait, you know what? Let's get the coffee
timing, right?
Let's just get the coffee cup selfie out of the way because I got so much I want to talk to with Danielle that I'm scared I'm going to miss this part. So hold up that coffee mug and we're going to give a smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Normally I have my coffee mug of the different places I've traveled in the world, but today you've got like some Gainesville airfield that my husband teleported to.
You know, shout out to Gainesville. You know what I mean? Right?
Gainesville.
Okay, so real fast. Okay, we have so much we want to start, but I was talking to Anna and Danielle backstage about TikTok and the newest thing, and you may not know why people are saying bones or no bones, but I'm going to bring up a quick video. It is my new forecast. This is what I look at every day because I'm curious what kind of a day it is. So I'm going to introduce you to Noodle the Pug. So give us a minute while I bring up the video.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to yet another round of No Bones, the game where we find out if my 13-year-old pug woke up with bones. And as a result, we'll find out what kind of day we're going to have. Now, I don't know about you guys. I love a bones day. You know I do. What a thrill when this pug has bones, but I am exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I really want... I really wanted a no bones day. Oh, I wanted a no bones day and I got one. Noodle, you are merciful. Thank you. Okay. It's a no bones day. You know what that means. Be kind to yourself today. Get out the jade roller. Oh my gosh. Bust out the heated blanket. What a day for a heated blanket. Build a fire. Just make sure to do something nice for yourself and have a great day.
I mean, Danielle said, yeah. Danielle's like, hold on, I'm going to go get my jade roller and I'm just going to do it for the show. Like, you know what I mean? And Anna's like, I could just like go and get my PJs. So, I mean, it's a
business on the top, PJs on the bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
I do have slippers on.
So after this show, basically, we're going to follow Noodle's guidance of just self-carrying ourselves and not going extra. Hey, Jen. So, okay, we can go on. But anyway, I just wanted to share the forecast for today of what is going on. It is a no bones day, guys. No bones. Okay. So
yeah, that's a TikTok phenomena right now. So now you're all, if you're old and not knowing TikTok, now you can go to your teenager and say, guess what? It's a no bones day today, just in case you haven't watched TikTok yet.
And they're going to eye roll you and be like, are you in TikTok? Like, that's what my kid would say. So, all right. Okay. So let's get into the meat of our show today.
Yes. Let's do it. Okay, so we are talking about LinkedIn's social selling index. Yes. Okay, so for anyone that isn't super familiar with this, that would be me.
Hi. Hi, Anna.
Yeah,
sorry. We just talked about this.
Yeah, so anyone not super familiar with this, it's essentially a tool on LinkedIn, and I'm going to let Danielle explain it more. But it's a tool on LinkedIn that's judging you. And we're going to explain all the different ways that it's doing that and how you can use it to your advantage, and then how you can use it to promote yourself, and how you can use it to refine your personal brand and all of those kinds of things. So, okay, so Danielle, I'm going to swap places with you, and we're just going to jump into our very first question, which is, what is LinkedIn Social Selling Index and why is it important for LinkedIn users?
Oh, so such a great question. And I'll first say this. Most people don't know what their LinkedIn social selling index is. So if you're out there and you're going, what is she talking about? What is the SSI score? I've never heard this thing. Don't worry, you're not alone. Not a lot of people know about this. So I'm going to share with you a very hidden gem. But whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a job seeker, or whether you're not a job seeker, there's a benefit in checking your LinkedIn social selling index. Your LinkedIn social selling index is your brand, kind of like a measurement tool, a benchmark tool of your brand on LinkedIn. And Selena, I agree with you. LinkedIn is my absolute favorite social media platform right now. I just feel like every time I go on LinkedIn, I learn something new. People are so inspiring on there. It's like my morning dose of positivity and inspiration. And so it's definitely my favorite platform. And, what your LinkedIn social selling index does is it really looks at your brand as a whole. And there's 4 categories into looking at to your index. The first one is establishing your brand. And that looks at, okay, amongst your profile, is it completely filled out? A lot of people will set up LinkedIn because maybe they're looking for a job, or maybe they just were told to set up a LinkedIn profile and then they just don't manage it. And they just kind of like let it go. And don't worry, a lot of people are out there, that have done that, but we get to re-engage on LinkedIn. And establishing your brand is every comprehensive thing that you can fit on your LinkedIn profile. So you think about it, a photo is probably the most important thing that you can have on LinkedIn. And I'm not saying the photo of you at Frank's wedding with your hand around your spouse or your boyfriend and then like a cutout picture of you. Yeah, no, this is not the place for that. That's
darn.
I know. Okay, you think about it, LinkedIn's for professionals. It's your professional brand. So having a professional photo from like the waist up is something that you want to have on your profile. And then also your headline. So LinkedIn automatically defaults to the most recent job that you were in, but you can also customize your headline to be something unique that grabs people's attention. And then think about it, like your LinkedIn is it's now your first impression. So for example, a lot of times our resume is, if we're looking for a job or if we want to connect with somebody, we'll send them a resume. But LinkedIn, 87% of recruiters use LinkedIn. So now LinkedIn can be your first impression where you're actually attracting job opportunities versus being in a situation where you're searching for job opportunities. As well as if you're an entrepreneur connecting with people, if I see that your profile's, fully filled out, I can learn a lot about you and whether I want to connect and build a relationship. Yeah. So the establishing your brand is the first measurement. And the next one is finding the right people. So are you connecting with the right people in your industry, in your network? And then there's 2 ways of measuring that, which we can go into later. And then engaging in insights. For some reason, we have no problem posting on Facebook or LinkedIn. It's like what people post on Facebook surprises me every single day. I can't even speak to all the things I've seen on Facebook. For some reason, when it comes to LinkedIn, people are scared to post. But posting on LinkedIn is a great opportunity to share your expertise. It's a great opportunity to inspire, empower, and motivate people. Even if it's like a simple quote that you're like, oh, I read this quote today and it really spoke to me. Yeah. Posting and engaging on insights. It's kind of how I fell into where I'm at today is I just was like, oh, I'm just going to start posting on LinkedIn and just sharing some valuable insights to give back to people that want to get into medical sales. And then it came into where I'm at today.
Right.
No idea I'd be doing this.
I love it. Can I just say real fast, Danielle, like to that, like when I first came onto LinkedIn, I was intimidated because I felt like I was kind of like the new kid that showed up to the classroom. And I was really scared to raise my hand because I was worried that the really smarter people in the room were going to be like, oh, welcome to the group. But that's so wrong. And I don't know. I guess I'm like more intimidated to be judged by like my professional peers than I am my friends. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. So I love that you just said like, do that. I know. I just want to say that before I forgot.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's obviously the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And also comparison too, when you start to see all these people on LinkedIn and, they're posting regularly, they've got 50,000, 100,000. I know somebody that just got to 700,000 followers. Wow. I know a lot. It's hard not to compare yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. One of 2 things. Comparison is a thief of joy. Ugh. The minute you start comparing yourselves to other, you're taking away joy from your life.
Yeah.
And if people judge you, who cares? There's enough people in the world where there's going to people that are going to love you. There's going to people that are going to disagree with you. And there's going to be those trolls on the internet that are going to, say something negative. And you know what? Then that's on them. And know that hurt people.
Yes.
So,
you heard it here, guys. Danielle says, do not be scared. Just post it. Post that first post on LinkedIn if you haven't, and tag Danielle and be like, Danielle, I did this today because you said
yes.
You know what I mean? Please tag us all, but just really tag Danielle.
Yeah,
you know
connect with us and tag us. One of the things I love about what you're talking about is that LinkedIn is different. So LinkedIn has set itself up as being different from your other social media platforms, and it's like you said, it's not the place necessarily you're going to put the profile picture of you with Uncle Fred and his dog or whoever it is at so-and-so's wedding, It's going to be, but you could still do a post that had that because there was a significant moment that occurred that made you think of something that would be pertinent to your LinkedIn, I guess, environment. And I think one of the things I've really enjoyed about getting more involved in LinkedIn is just that while it's not Facebook, you don't always have to be like the super expert on whatever you're talking about. Like they offer the option to ask questions and have polls and, but they also allow you the opportunity to set yourself up as the expert, right? Yeah. So this gives you a chance to say, hey, I'm good at what I do. And this is why I'm good at what I do. Yeah. And to go ahead and speak to that through articles and through your posts and connecting with people that are pertinent to your industry.
Yeah, no, for sure. So Danielle, me and Anna have a question. We'd like to show you our LinkedIn social selling index photo. And we're going to have her just kind of walk us through it because this is what you're going to see. And me and Anna, we are ready for the feedback on what we can do to improve. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to go like this. And we have, oh, you know what? Wait, I got to go like this. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. There we go. All right. Now you can see whose is whose. So Danielle, walk us through what we're looking at and what we should be paying attention to, all the things.
Okay. So I'll start with Selena. I'll kind of just go through an overview. On the top right corner is where you fall within your industry. So for example, if you are, I'm just going to give like a really random one, but if you're a chef,
I like that.
You're connected with a lot of chefs in your network, then that's where your industry network is. So right now, Selena, you're top 11% in your industry, and then Anna, you're top 3%. So based off of your connections, that's how you fall within your specific industry. So if you have a lot of website dezgners, if you have a lot of copywriters, that's where you would fall. Your network is your overall network. So I'm going to use mine, for example. Well, actually, I just moved up, but I'll give an example. So I have a network of 15,000 people on LinkedIn, and I'm the top 1% in my industry because a lot of the people that I'm connected with have similar backgrounds. A lot of people are in medical sales. A lot of people are in pharmaceutical sales, medical aesthetic sales. So I'm within the top 1%. Now, there have been times where I've been in the top 3% of my network because among those 15,000 people, I have a lot of people that are, I have the top 40 female keynote speakers in the US. I have international best-selling authors that are on there. I have one person on my network that's got 700,000 followers. So obviously, I know there may be a difference between industry versus network. Okay. And it's going to fluctuate too. Like every day it could fluctuate.
I have a question. So your industry is the one that you're actually tagging yourself on through LinkedIn, because LinkedIn says, what industry are you in? And you choose one of the drop downs that they give you, right? But so then your network tells you where you're at within your entire network as far as your industry goes, or entire network as far as your, what does that percentage mean, I guess is the question.
So if you have, for example, 10,000 followers and let's say 4,000 of your website designers, so 4,000 of those people are website designers, then you're at the top 11%. But amongst those 10,000 people, if you also have a mix of website designers, you have a mix of medical salespeople, whatever it is, totally different industries, that's where you may be a difference in the top 30 or you're 23%.
Got it. Okay.
The 3 versus the 23%. So it's looking at your industry is the people connected that you're connected to based off of the companies that you've worked at and the key SEO keywords that you're putting amongst your expertise.
Does this at all have to do with your posts being seen and commented on? Is it rating you based on kind of your engagement levels, or is it really literally just like where kind of you fall on that larger scale of your network?
Oh, that's a great question, because that falls right into the next step, your current social selling index. So what measures your social selling index? And think about it, every social media platform uses algorithms. So if you go on LinkedIn and you go to your news feed, there's 2 ways that you can filter your news feed. One of them is by recent and one of them is by top. So you could be posting every single day, but I may not see it because the people in my network are, maybe they have a higher social selling index. So that's why LinkedIn's putting their content to the top. But if I were to go to recent, maybe some people that don't have a high social selling index may come up to the top because they recently created that post. They recently posted that post.
I didn't even realize you could filter it like that. Like, you keep talking, but now I'm going to my app real fast to see what I have it on. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Danielle.
I'll have to think if you can do it on your app. I know on your computer, you can change the recent and the top. And then once you go to your phone, then it defaults to the one that you did most recently on your computer. Yeah.
Okay. So for your industry SSI rank and your network SSI rank, the lower the number, the better it is for you. Okay.
Yes. The lower the number, the better it is, which is different than your social selling index. I know it's a lot of numbers here.
No, but I love this. I actually now feel like I'm really learning.
Yes.
What all the boxes are like, so keep telling us what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your current social selling index is broken down into 4 components of your score. So you've got establishing your professional brand, which is ensuring that you are, that your profile is completely filled out. So your picture, your background cover, your about section, all of your targeted skills, your job description, all of that's completely filled out. Then you've got finding the right people. Are you connected with the right people within your network? So if you're an entrepreneur, are you connecting with the right people that you're going to be doing business with? If you are a job seeker, are you connected with the right people that potentially hiring managers and recruiters or people that you are going to be potentially working with? Are you connected with those right people? Engaging with insights is if you want to increase your social selling index, you're no longer sitting in the background and just watching everybody post. You get to engage. You get to not only post on LinkedIn, but also comment on people's posts. You want to engage in conversations. You want to engage by creating compelling posts where people are going to want to comment on your post. You also want to comment on other people's posts and engage in conversations. And so that is also another component. And then the last one is building relationships. And that is, are you engaging in relationships through Messenger? Are you contacting people and responding and engaging in conversations, building relationships? So that's a kind of a way. And if you look at, Selena, your overall score is a 51 out of 100. And then Anna, yours is a 63 out of 100. And to really have a great measurement is you want to be above a 70.
Okay.
So now you have a benchmark, and now LinkedIn is showing you where's the opportunity where you can increase your social selling index so that you can get to above that 70.
Got it.
And when you make it above that 70, the idea would then be for like a small business owner or an entrepreneur is your posts are getting seen more frequently. The things you're doing are getting more attention. You're connecting with the right people. I mean, those are kind of the three main takeaways that I took. But did I miss anything? Like, I think those would be the three main ones, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. I mean, it's all about algorithms and and Instagram, Instagram is measuring algorithms by reels. Facebook is, I don't even know what Facebook
I don't even know.
Like,
I feel like there are people at Facebook and Instagram that every day the algorithm is like got dice and like, okay, what's it going to be today? And it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you, because my husband, his business is based off of Instagram and mine's off of LinkedIn, and so we're both constantly comparing notes. And one thing I would say is just choose your platform, be a master at it. But yes, to your question is, with your social selling index, the higher it is, the more your posts are going to be seen, which means you get to create a greater audience.
Yeah.
So, for example, a year ago when I first started kind of engaging in posts and things like that, I was probably getting like 800 to 1,500 views. One of my most recent posts, I got 39,000 views. So that's really the power of when you really invest time into your LinkedIn profile, what that could do for your business, or also if you're a job seeker as well. But on both ends, developing your brand is probably the best thing you can do for your career today and tomorrow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I feel like really enlightened. Like Anna, I said, Anna, I don't know what this is. And then I was like, oh, I do know what this is, but I didn't retain. I think I did it. And then I was like, I don't understand it. And I went away from it. And I love analytics. Like I love data. And this, like you just said, like, when you know what this is, you know how you can help yourself. And people, benchmark is 70. That's our goal. So
I know. The good news, Selena, is that your industry, the average is 27 and you're at a 51. And if you look at the bottom in your network, the average is 41 and you're at a 51. So let's celebrate that. You're above the average.
Okay. Hey.
Yay, Selena.
I know, right? I'm like, I still am going to be like, Danielle, okay, let's walk through that one more time off screen. Like, no, I get it. No, you guys, again, Jeff just popped in and said, hey, I hope this is being recorded. Yes. I mean, this is really valuable information. This is, I mean, if you're like, hey, why are my posts not like getting seen? Danielle just gave you the tool to look at and explain how you can kind of move into the next tiers of just what you have to do. I mean, engaging and all the things. So,
and I would say like the three main things would be make sure your profile is filled out to its optimum capacity. And clearly you can look on that very top orange line. I clearly have not done that, right? Like,
I know. I'm like,
I haven't filled my profile out 100%. So I'm going to go back and look and see what I have not done. What am I missing in that area where somebody who might be seeking for somebody like myself might be going, oh, I wish I knew just a little bit more about her. But then the other is to post yourself, right? Like, so again, if you're a first time poster, get out there and do it. Tag the three of us. Let us know. We will comment on your post. We will make sure that you feel appreciated for being out there today. But then also making sure to engage on other people's posts. And one of the best pieces of information I ever got was you can't just like it. You can't just like and move on. You have to comment. And in fact, the most effective comments are ones that are where people have to click the see more to finish reading what you've written. And I'm not saying this for the poster. It does help the poster's analytics, but it helps yours too, because it means that you're taking time out of your day to say something that has value on somebody else's thoughts. And that's what LinkedIn is looking for, I think.
For sure. Hey, Anna, do you see this comment? Maybe Danielle can answer it for Kendra. I'm just going to pop it in. Danielle, can you help? Does this make sense?
Okay. One of the things I'll say is I haven't seen that error message before, but it could be, actually, you know what I did? It could be which link you're clicking on. So maybe I can when this airs, I'll include the link that you can use, because there's a couple different websites that advertise this, but there's one that actually connects directly with LinkedIn that says that for, so I can share that.
Yeah. And also maybe make sure you're signed into LinkedIn first and then click this link. And then I think it might, I don't know, just you said something. So
yeah, when
let us know.
I'm signed into LinkedIn, and then I just typed in social selling index, and it popped up a LinkedIn link, and I clicked on that. There's the sales navigator is the main page, and then it offers you an option to get your free score.
Yeah.
So, and I did put that link. That's kind of what's scrolling along the bottom, and I did throw it in the comments. So that might work for you, Kendra. If you're still getting that that error message, keep us posted on whether or not you're able to access it or not, because I'm curious now.
Okay, Anna, what is the next question we have for this fabulous woman here?
Well, so we already kind of did it, because the next question was, when you look at your free score, what does it mean, right? And we've already kind of talked about that. So really, I think the bigger thing is, when it comes down to it, is when you look at your score, what are the steps that you can take now? And we've kind of talked about some of them, but are there very specific things that are going to help you move quickly up through the SSI ranks, so that you are hitting that top level for your industry? What are the things people can do, like every day, like maybe like for 15 minutes every day, do this, and you're going to continue to rise your score or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of things you can do. One of them is you kind of look at your 4 different pillars, right? Like you said, filling out your profile, comprehensive profile, also optimizing the search engine optimization so that you're using the keywords for your industry. The next one would be posting, posting on a consistent basis. And I really love what you said, Anna, which is commenting. Because yes, commenting key. The way that the algorithms work on LinkedIn is, if somebody shares your post, that really increases the algorithms, or if they save it. If people are commenting, that increases the algorithms, but liking is kind of really not a lot. But the same goes for people. But the same goes for people that are wanting to increase theirs. The more that you comment on where it says the see more, where people are going to want to respond to that, that's going to increase your social selling index as well. And then connecting with people.
Yeah. One of the other things, and I watch a lot of the LinkedIn like masters, the top whatever LinkedIn voices or whatever it is. Anyway, there was a couple that are LinkedIn specialists, because when I did start using LinkedIn and decided this was going to be a platform I was going to try and make super effective for myself, one of the other things that they said was, when you do post, make sure that you're monitoring that post for especially the first 30 to 40 minutes after you do, and comment immediately on comments that come in to show that you're there and ready to engage. That was another tip. And it seems to have worked. When I do that versus not doing that, it feels like my posts get seen more frequently and gets thrown into the news feed of other people more frequently. And granted, social media can be tedious in the sense of you're constantly trying to get people to notice you, right? Like, it's exhausting. It's like having 4-year-old twins, right? It's like, look at me, Mom, I can do these awesome things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it can get super tedious. So it's super important to like really analyze, like, what do I want this platform for? And then use it for that advantage. And if it's okay that you're at a 60% or a 63%, because LinkedIn's not your main thing, then that's okay. You don't have to be like the top number if that's not what's important to you, I guess.
Yeah, pick your platform. I mean, it's, you don't want to be the jack of all trades. You want to be the master of one, and really understanding where are your clients, what's going to serve you the most, where are you going to be able to have like sharing valuable insight where people are going to want to engage, and just choose that platform. But I also have an episode on my podcast, Dream Job with Danielle Cobo, where I talk about how to develop your brand on LinkedIn. So I have an entire episode on this as well. Yeah.
you guys, we're segueing into that, like where you can find her, because it was funny. Whenever we invite our guests, we give them a little form, and Danielle didn't even put all the things. And then as we're researching, I'm like, oh, she has this. And so, I asked her, I'm like, is this okay that I put all of this? Because like they should be able to. You should. And she's like, of course. So
let's do that. Let's tell them where they can find Danielle and where you can find this podcast she's talking about specifically.
Yeah, for sure. Like, okay. All right, Danielle, tell them, where do they find you?
So LinkedIn for sure. That's the platform I'm on the most. It is my absolute favorite platform. You can also find me on Instagram. And I'm also on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel where a lot of the podcast episodes that I air, the video versions of them. And then my podcast, Dream Job with Danielle Cobo, where I interview women who have overcome adversity, who've leveled up their careers. I've had anywhere from former Miss Florida, Miss Massachusetts. I've had female race car drivers, VPs of big fortune companies. I love, that's my near and dear to my heart. And then my website, DanielleCobo.com, which I'm actually going to be launching a new one pretty soon, which I'm excited about. Yes. Labor of love.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I have an episode specifically I have a LinkedIn expert who's on one episode and she talks about LinkedIn tips. And then I have another episode on how to develop your brand on LinkedIn.
Look, guys, I mean, we're not even to her like toolkit. So, I mean, this is a very resourceful person to have kind of as part of your tool bag of just being an entrepreneur or small business owner. So
I wanted to throw this in here. Okay. So Kendra got in, and yay, Kendra, congratulations. Love hearing that.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Kudos. And I love that, like, today inspired people to go see what they have, and you kind of like help them understand what those like analytics mean and how we can. I mean, I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what I will do. That move that color to there, so
exactly.
That makes me excited. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. So you guys, don't worry, just go find Danielle everywhere. You cannot not find her. So
specifically go find Danielle for this. This is her career accelerator. And so Danielle, can you talk a little bit about what this freebie is and what it will do for our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a free digital download. And really where my specialty is I specialize in helping professionals attract their dream job so that they're not out there applying to jobs online, because it's just a waste of time these days. So I have on here a career accelerator workbook. So it's a workbook on developing your brand. It's a workbook on how to accelerate your career, whether you want to find a new job, get promoted, or launch a business. It's a free digital download that you can start with. And then I also have another one that I just released yesterday, specializing on sales performance. So obviously my background is 15 years in medical sales. And so I have a workbook that's crush your quota.
Yeah.
So crush your quota and max out your comp plan and finish number 1 is the workbook. And that just got uploaded yesterday.
Ooh. All right, you guys.
I know.
Did it.
She's full of good stuff. Right here, Danielle Cobo, clearly full of the good stuff.
I love it. So I believe Anna will drop Danielle's link in there. Not that it's hard to type. Like there's some that you're like, wait, I don't know how to spell your last name. But I mean, it's very easy. Very easy.
It is. And I am going to drop the link down in the comments. Yes.
All right. Okay. And our tip of the day before we head out of the door here from Caitlin Eldridge: make sure you have a business only bank account, PayPal account, Stripe account. Make it very separate from your personal. I know I talk about this I got with her almost 2 years ago, and it's been like a game changer for me and my business and my sanity, because it's not my strength. So, and that was the first thing she goes, is this really all mixed in with your personal? And I was like, what? Oh, yeah. Okay. I've been meaning to do that. And then, she prompted me on there. So,
and I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of small business owners who think that's okay. And we're just here to remind you, it's not okay. You can't do that. It just gets very messy. And then you have a growth spurt, and then you're really, really sorry that you did that. I'm telling you.
Okay, so there you go, Anna.
All right. So listen, we're closing up our show today, but I want to give you a little heads up. Next week, and this actually ties in very well to what we were talking about today. Next week, we have Julie Kazmar on, and she is talking about SEO, search engine optimization. And this has to do with posting and your website and anything that you're putting out on the big world wide web, or as my grandpa would call it, the Google, right? If you're putting it on the Google, then it is going to be SEO. It needs to be SEO optimized. And Julie's going to come talk to us about what that is and why it's important and how you can do it and what best practices there are for small business owners, which is awesome. Yeah. And then last but not least, you can always find annaandselena.com, which I don't know if you saw. Did you see our new pictures? We're so excited. We just had photos done. Our website's finally getting done. Yay! It's been a year in the making, but we're doing it. Connect with us on LinkedIn. All three of us. We'd love to connect with you. Facebook, Instagram, or always on your favorite podcast platform. We do upload the audio of these live streams so that they're available to podcast fans.
Yeah. So, yay. Danielle.
I'm subscribing now.
Yes, right.
Yes,
Danielle,
subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes. That's like our next big push.
So much. Like, literally, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm like excited. You've rejuvenated like my LinkedIn, like, mojo that was missing for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, yes, thank you, LinkedIn user. It doesn't say Europe, but yes. Market, go to our podcast, market, listen to it in the car, because guess what? It's like, anyway. Danielle,
John, I saw that helicopter in the background of your photo. I like it. My husband's a Black Hawk pilot, so you spoke to my heart there.
Oh, John, right? I love it. And you know what, Danielle, thank you also to your husband for his service and also for being a military spouse, because, I often say, like, I've only been in this world, Anna and I just had this conversation today. It is so amazing, the people that I've gotten to connect with. And they do a lot for the family that I don't think a lot of people that are not in this community realize that they do. So kudos to you and your husband. And again, and you're a mom of twins. Like, you should just get like a pass for anything,
Right? I agree.
If you want to fun Google, just Google military spouse Christmas card.
Oh, okay.
You can Google that and you'll see a fun Christmas card that goes up. So
Oh, I know. I'm going to go there and do that.
I'm like, I totally am. I'm like, okay. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Thanks again to Danielle.
For joining us.
Bye, everybody. Oh, wait. I don't know how to do my outro. There it is.